Hi everybody, welcome to my Facebook Live. Hope everybody's doing great tonight. Thank you for joining me either now or on YouTube or on the replay. I appreciate you watching. We're going to have fun tonight. I've got some really pretty cards to show you and a bunch of other stuff I want to show you too related to our promotion that's going on. So this should be really fun. Hope everybody's having good weather. You know, I love to talk about the weather. We had great weather here today in San Antonio. It was 84 when I was driving home from work, but tomorrow we're getting a cold front again, so it's going to drop like 40 degrees, so it'll be chilly tomorrow, and I think through the whole weekend. So wherever you are, I hope you're having really good weather. I'm just waiting to check and see if I'm coming up. Okay, there we go. I see myself on the iPad, although I appear to be stuck for a minute. Let's see if that clears up. Try and undo it. And we'll just wait just another second for a couple more people to hop on. There we go. It looks like it's unstuck now, so that's good. All right, well, if this is your first time tuning in, my name is Laura Roderick. I'm an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator in San Antonio, Texas. And I'm going to go ahead and turn my camera down so we can get started on our projects for tonight. All right, make sure I have good space here. Whoops. Okay, I think that looks pretty good. Okay, so let me start by showing you the projects we're going to make tonight. I have several cards. Now these cards, I signed up. Some of the uplines do a creative convention, and they do it every quarter. And I signed up for it, and they show you just a bunch of really beautiful card ideas, and they say, you know, go ahead, use them in your classes. So I thought, these cards are so pretty, I just have to share them with you. So these are not original designs by me. I've cased these off of other demonstrators, and I think these were Rhonda Wade's cards, and these were Angie McKay. This one is Angie McKay's card, but they're so pretty, and I just love this set that we're going to use tonight. So let me show you first the catalog. This is our mini catalog. It's January through June. And the products we're using tonight are from this section right here. And it's beautiful designer series paper. They have these pebbles, enamel shapes. We're going to be using this cotton ribbon combo pack. So it has Misty Moonlight, which almost looks like a denim. Really pretty ribbon. And petal pink. And then we also have the stamp set, and we're not really using the dies on the cards tonight. These are just really simple cards that we're going to make. You can see on the other side some of the samples that are in the catalog that you can make. It's very scenic. A lot of landscapes in this. So the first card that we're going to make tonight is this one that's just a note. And what we're going to use for this one is the Flowing Flowers set. And I think this stamp set is just so pretty. These flowers, you can see these stamps, how they have the different, I don't know what you would call it, like the variegation. So it looks like a flat stamp, and then when you stamp it, it just comes like layered with these beautiful layers on it. These are really nice sentiments, a whole bunch of different sentiments that you can use with it. So we're going to start with this stamp set right here. And I have my card pieces all set here. If you would like to have the make and takes for these cards, all you have to do is place an order with me this week by Saturday, and you would place it at stampinup.com, This is the link right here. Just take a picture of it, or I'll try and link it on my Facebook page. And then I'll send this to you for free, and I've pre-cut everything, so you get the cardstock, the ribbon, the embellishments. All you need is the stamps and the ink and the adhesive to do it. This is the host code you would use if you wanted to order, and if you place that order, then I will send you these make and takes for free. So this first card is very simple. We're going to start with our basic card base that we always do, 8.5 by 5.5, and we scored a 4 1/4. This one's going to open this way. And then our next layer is going to be with the Night of Navy cardstock. And this is 3 and 3, I'm sorry, that is not correct. This is 5 1/4 by 4 inch. And we're just going to put that right on with our adhesive. It takes me a minute to get this thing going. Okay. And we just want to leave a border kind of even around all the sides. So we'll start with that. And our next layer is going to be the layer that we stamp on. And this is 5 3/4 by 3 3/4, and it's just a basic white cardstock. And we are going to use the Misty Moonlight stamp pad. And then we're going to use one of the stamps from the Flowing Flowers, which is this one right here. Really, really, really pretty flower. And you'll see what I'm talking about with the different, it's almost like it puts shading on for you automatically, which is awesome. I'm just going to make sure I get this inked up really well. And then I'm going to stamp it just about here on my card. Make sure that stamps down really well because it's a bigger stamp. I want to make sure I have some nice even pressure. And look how beautiful that is. Isn't that just a gorgeous flower? I just love that so much. It's so pretty. And I'll show you in a minute a couple other colors that I've used for this as well. Okay, the next one we're going to do is in Petal Pink, and we're using the smaller flower from the set. And we're going to stamp that twice, and that's this one right here. You can see it's got like 3 little flowers. So I'm going to just stamp that one right next to it here. And then I'll do another one kind of underneath. And that looks really pretty. Next, we're going to do our sentiment, and we'll use the Misty Moonlight also for our sentiment. So I should have done that while it was open. And I'm just going to stamp that right on this small strip of paper. And I'm going to use the one from the stamp set that says Just a Note. See if I can put this on straight. Okay. Now we're just going to take our scissors, and just to make it a little bit fancier, we're just going to cut on an angle, just like that. And then we will attach that to the card with some dimensionals. And we'll put that right about here. Okay. And then we're going to use some of that really pretty ribbon just to tie a bow. I was originally going to do this class a couple weeks ago, and then I didn't, so all my ribbon's been hanging out, getting wrinkled in these little packets that I pre-cut. So my ribbon is a little bit wrinkly, but that's okay. We'll see if we can straighten it out just a little bit. So I'm just going to tie a bow like that. Tighten it up just a little bit. Cut off the ends. And we're going to attach that with a glue dot to our card. Okay. And we'll put that right about here with the flower. And then we're going to use some of those, these are the iridescent rhinestones, and they're very pretty. We'll use some of these on our card just to decorate it up just a little bit more. I'm going to use my Take Your Pick tool, and this is not the right one. Hold on. Okay. And we'll use maybe one of each size. So we'll use a big one first, then a medium, and then maybe one of the small ones. Okay. All right, so now we're going to attach that to our card, and we'll use dimensionals on that as well. And we'll center that. And that's it. We're done. A nice, pretty, easy card. If you just want to send a little note card to somebody, let them know you're thinking of them. I just think that's a really pretty, simple card to do. So that is card number 1. Let me show you. I also did the same card with some of the pink too, because I thought, oh, this would be pretty in, I mean, you could do it in any color that you wanted. So this one I did in pink, and I think I used the polished pink and the petal pink, and then the petal pink ribbon again on it. Also with this flowing flowers, I also was playing a little bit yesterday because you can use the sponge daubers and just kind of daub in your ink pads. Then you can use a couple of different colors. So with this one, I was using this stamp right here, and then I added a couple different colors, and I actually used one of my markers to fill in the leaf part and then stamped it on there. So you can see, you can really, there's really a lot of good ideas. I think I'd like to do a card with this one with the different colors on it because it's so pretty. Okay, next card we're going to do is we will do the Thinking of You card. And this paper, you guys, I am in love with this paper. It's so awesome. It's so pretty, and it just makes for such a simple card because all you're doing is cutting a square out of this paper. So let me show you this paper. And this paper is called, I think it's called On the Horizon. It's called New Horizons Designer Series paper. And you can see it's just all really pretty landscapey colors. You can see these little hills. Just so many possibilities with this. And we've used several of these pieces just to cut out. And I mean, you have your background scenery already finished. On the other side, you also have some patterns, which are really, really pretty. So a lot of options with this. You can see I cut up a bunch of stuff already with it. So this paper is one you really should get because it's really great. We're using the On the Horizon stamp set for this, and we're going to use some of the stamps. These little bird stamps I really love. They just add a little bit to it, and the sentiments from this too are very nice. So, and then the other thing we're going to use for this one, and you don't have to, you could stick with just the rectangles that we've been cutting out, but I did take from this Bouquet of Love dies that we used at Valentine's Day, and I just took this die right here and cut out the paper just to have a little fancier label on this card. So, let's get out the pieces to our card. Okay. So this one, just to make it a little bit fancier, I just have just the white cardstock that we started with, and this is 8.5 by 5.5, scored at 4 1/4, and this one is coming out this way, right? It's going to go this way. What I've done then is cut out a piece of the Misty Moonlight, and this is 3 3/8 by 3 3/8, and then a piece of that Designer Series paper, 3 1/4 by 3 1/4, and we're basically just going to frame this little picture that we're going to put on our card, right? So we can just start by gluing that down. That's easy. And that's just going to go right here. And it just has a very thin border around it, which I think looks really nice. So we could just leave our cardstock plain white like this, but what I wanted to do, just to add a little bit of something extra, is emboss this part right here. Okay, so I'm going to bring in my cut and emboss machine. And I have this embossing folder. So I'm going to just put this inside the embossing folder and just right up to the edge because we just want to emboss the front part of it, right? So I want to make sure that's lined up nice and straight, and it's just going to give us a nice pattern. So I'm just going to put this through the machine, and you always want to do it with your embossing folder with the fold going through first. Nice and easy, it just flips right through. And then you get this beautiful texture. Can you see that really pretty texture on there? It just adds a little something special to the card, I think. So now we have that nice texture. Before we put this onto our card, let's go ahead and stamp the birds, and we'll stamp those in the Misty Moonlight. And this is the bird stamp right here. Now, which way is right side up? Which way did the birds fly? Body's on the bottom, right? So I believe it goes like this. Hold on. Or does it go like this? I think it goes like this. We're going to do it like this. And I'm just going to add a little bit of birds to our sky and stamp them on right like that. And that's it. Just adds a little bit. Okay. Now, let's put this onto our front. And we'll use dimensionals for that because we like everything popped up, right? It looks good that way. All right, put this right about here. Okay, next we're going to take our wrinkled ribbon. I'm going to try and straighten that out a little bit. And we're just going to go on the inside of this and tie a bow at the top. And this is the ribbon I showed you earlier, and it's also Misty Moonlight, so it coordinates really well with this card. And we're just going to tie our bow right at the top here. And that looks pretty. Okay, and that's all set. And the last thing we want to do is our sentiment. So I've pre-cut the label. We're going to stamp on there, and we're going to do the thinking of you, again in the Misty Moonlight. Love this color. It's such a beautiful muted blue. This one, I think, is one that's going to, when the new catalog comes out in May, this is going to retire. It's one of the in colors. So I will really miss it because I think it's a beautiful, beautiful color. I'm going to bring this a little closer to me. I hope you can still see it, but I need to kind of get on top of it to get it in the right place for here. Now, that came out fine. The best way, again, to do this is stamp it on your white piece and then die cut it so you can get the die centered around it. And then you have a perfect result every time. This way I'm kind of taking a little bit of a chance, but I think it came out okay. So let's pop up our sentiment. Okay, and that's it. Nice and easy, right? And so pretty. That's it. So fast. Very, very fast. Okay, now the next card is almost the same thing, right? Just a different sentiment, different color ribbon, and a little bit different background. But we're going to do the same thing with the embossing again. So let me get out the kit for that. And that's the same ribbon, but in the petal pink. Okay. So this one, let's start with our embossing again. We'll pull our machine back up and send our card through with the embossing folder to add that texture to it. Sorry about shaking the camera as we're going through here. Okay, again, there we have that same texture. This one we're going to stamp two things on this time. So we're going to stamp the birds again, and we're doing Night of Navy, so we're going to stamp everything in Night of Navy. Now this one, I used the black background, and I'm going to switch it up and just do Night of Navy instead of the black on this one. We can see which one ends up looking better. So I'm going to take the birds and do those again. I think these birds are really fun. Okay. So I'm going to put these right about here. Okay. And then on the bottom, we're going to do this it's almost like a little bit of weeds. It's just a little bit of scenery. Can you see how pretty that looks? And we're just going to do that right across the bottom there. Just like that. And that's it. Our picture is done. Well, I've got my stamp pad open. Let's do the sentiment. This one we're going to say, wishing you so much happiness. That inked up nicely. See if we can get it centered. Perfect. It's very dark. That Night of Navy almost looks black, right? There's not that much difference. And we're ready to assemble the card. So let's start by putting this on here. Our little frame, which is great. Get out our dimensionals. And we'll put that right about here. We'll put our sentiment at the bottom, also on dimensionals. Did anybody do anything special for our special date today, our 2/22/22? I know some of the schools were doing some things for the kids. All right, I probably didn't leave myself enough room, but that's okay. And then we'll take our ribbon again and slide it underneath. Make sure it's flat on the inside. And we'll tie a bow. Okay, hold on. I want to make sure my ribbon's all straight for this. I'm already starting with it wrinkled and I want it to look nice. Okay. All right. Card number 3 done. Very easy, right? And you really can't tell that much difference between the black and the Night of Navy. They're very, very similar. Okay, I hope you like that card. Let's move on to our last card now, and we're going to be doing this one, which is the You're in My Thoughts. I really love the purples in this. I think it's really pretty. We're going to do some coloring on this one. So, this is the stamp we're going to use for this. It's called In the Moment, and it has a couple different like relaxing scenes. Look at this lady reading a book with her puppy, so cute, in front of a window. This is the one we're going to use over here in front of the railing, and again, really nice sentiments, which are really nice. We're going to use You're in My Thoughts. The other thing we're going to use for this card is our layering circles dies, and these dies are just so handy. There's like 8 scalloped and 8 plain circles that you can cut out perfect circles out of paper, and I use this set a lot, so we'll be using that too. Okay, this one will be a nice easy assembly. So we're starting with our normal card base in basic white. Again, we've used some of that designer series paper just to cut out our little background. And we're going to use the birds again, so we might as well stamp those first. We're just going to do off to the corner, and I don't think it matters what color we do them in, so I'm just going to use the Night of Navy because that's just what I used. So we'll just do those again, and I'm going to do them off to the corner like this. So we've got our birds in place on our background. Okay, let's attach this to our frame. I never have this at the exact right angle. And we will just attach that, again, with not too big of a border, kind of a small border on this one. Okay, then that part is ready to go. The next part we're going to do is we'll do the stamping, and we're going to do some coloring with our blends with this. So this is the stamp that we've chosen. I'm going to stamp this in Memento Black. And I'm just going to stamp it on a piece of scrap basic white. Right in the middle. And this has some birds on it already, so that's just going to kind of complement the birds that we have also in the background. So this is just going to be some coloring now. And for the dress, we're going to go ahead and use these Stampin' Blends. I have the light and the dark. This is Fresh Freesia. This is the in colors for this year. So I'm just going to start by coloring with that. And we'll add a little bit of shading. I'm using the brush on just because it goes quicker to color with. You don't get as good of control, but it is pretty fast to go ahead and color that in. And this is probably going to be cut off, so it doesn't matter what we do there. And then I'm just going to add a little bit of shading with the Fresh Freesia Dark kind of into some of the folds here. And we'll just add that. And I think I'll do the belt a little bit darker. Okay, and then I'm just going to go back with the light and kind of blend everything in. Okay, I think that looks good. The glass of wine, I have the Mary Merlot. I'm sorry, I used Rich Razzleberry. And I'm going to use, this is just a Stampin' Write marker. I'm just going to put that little bit of wine right in there. Okay. I'm going to do the skin tone and the ivory. Let me see what I've got here. Here's my ivory. I'm going to show you in a little bit. There wasn't a lot of choices for skin tones in the past, but Stampin' Up! Just came up with a new set. I'm just going to shade over a little bit in the same color just to make it a little bit darker in places. They just came up with a whole set of skin tone blends, which are fantastic. I'll show you those in a little bit. And the complement to the ivory is the bronze. These come together too as a set. And I'm just going to color in the hair in the bronze color. Okay, we just have a couple things left to color. We're going to do the hat, and for this one I've got the So Saffron Dark and Light. Just color that in really quick. And add a little bit of shading to that one. Nothing fancy. That part's done. And then I'm going to use the crumb cake. And I've got light and dark for that. For the railing. I keep opening the wrong side. Did y'all notice that? I like the brush side because it's faster. I'm going to start with the light crumb cake for the railing. And as you can see, the coloring goes really fast here. And add a little bit of dark. Just a little bit here and there. And I think that looks good. And then lastly, this is a little trick, which I thought was a really good idea. This was Ange McKay's card, and she said she takes this little bit of light blue, this is Light Pool Party, and she's just kind of going around and outlining in that. And I thought, well, that's a really pretty effect. I really like what she did with that. I think it just made the card look that much cooler. So we're going to go ahead and do that. And we're just kind of going around the edge there. Even the little birds. And the railing, we'll just do a little bit here. And that's it. And our little figure is finished. So now what we're going to do is we need to cut it into a circle, right? So this is going to be the backdrop. And I made this a little smaller than I did on my original card. So we're going to take one of those circle dies and we're going to place it right. So we want the birds to show and most of her, so it's probably going to be right about like that. Okay, I'm actually going to get a piece of Post-it tape to hold it in place, and then I'm going to use the mini cut and emboss machine for this because it's just so. And we will just send this through the machine and cut out our circle. I love the mini because it's so small and so easy, and it's cute. And this is going on sale starting March 1st. It's going to be, I think, 20% off, which is really a great deal. Okay, so that's it. Now we have our girl is all cut out. Let me move this out of the way. And we can attach this to the circle that we've cut out of our colored paper. And the colored cardstock we use is Blackberry Bliss for this. So I'm going to put this right in the center. Now we can assemble our card. And what we're going to do is just use a lot of dimensionals. Pardon my reach. So we'll start with the background and put that on the card. This one took a little bit longer because we had to do all that coloring, but I think it's worth it because it's so pretty. Put this right in the center. And we're going to pop this up, but I think before we do that, we'll put our sentiment on because that's going to go flat on the card. So I've already cut our little piece of Blackberry Bliss. Here's our basic white cardstock, and we're doing You're in My Thoughts. And I think we'll just do that in Memento in the black. You could do it in the Blackberry Bliss, which I think also would look pretty. Put that right in the middle. Hold on. Time to wipe off my fingers. Getting ink everywhere. Okay, so let's just attach this down here. You know what, before I do that, I'm just going to cut this on an angle. And then we'll put that down. And I cut it opposite of how I did it the first time, and then we'll mirror the angle over here, and that'll be it for our sentiment. So we're just going to put this down flat. And we'll do it right about here, kind of right where the horizon is. And then we will take the backing off our dimensionals, and we'll place our circle right here. And you can see how the birds kind of go in with the other birds, right? So thank you to Aunt McKay for this great idea. Thank you to the ladies who did all these cards for us. I just thought they were so pretty. I had to share them with y'all. So that is our cards. So let me just bring back our cards that we made for just another sneak peek. We had the Wishing You So Much Happiness, You're in My Thoughts, Thinking of You, and then we did just a note in alternate color. This one I just put a happy birthday too, so it doesn't have to be just a note. You can make these into birthday cards if you'd like to. So those are our cards for tonight. And I have a couple other things I want to share with you before I show you the cards that we're going to do for my next Facebook Live. So I was telling you about the skin tone colors that they have. And let me get my little flyer so I can show you. First of all, if you want the project measurement and supply sheet for tonight, just shoot me an email and I'll be happy to send this to you through the email. And it has all the measurements, all the products that we use on it, so you would have that. My email is sunshineandsparklestamping@gmail.com. So this is the All Together bundle, and this is available until May 2nd. And these are the blends that I was talking about. They have all these beautiful skin color blends, and it's a set. You can buy it in the set, you can buy it separately, but I bought it in the set, so it's 10 markers with the 10 different skin tones. You can also get the stamp set, you can get a die set, and this all together designer series paper is just really, really pretty. There's rainbows in here. It's all black and white. Really nice, fun patterns, lots of fun. So last Tuesday, I was at our team meeting, and we had our make and takes for this set. So here's some of the cards that we made, our make and takes at our meeting that go with this bundle. Really cute cards. And again, these cards for our make and takes were designed by Rhonda Wade. And Erica cut these all for us, Erica Serwin. Beautiful cards, right? Really nice, really fun cards to make. You can see how beautiful the skin tones come out with these markers. Little rainbow here. So that was fun. So just to give you some ideas of what you could do with that set if you would like to order it. The other thing I want to mention is our Celebration catalog. This is ending February 28th, so that's what, in like 6 days or something? It's going to end soon. So I just wanted to kind of go through everything in this catalog you earn for free with a purchase. So, for example, the first one, free with a $50 purchase. Okay, and this is the Island Vibe stamp set, and if you remember, we made this card with that stamp set. I'll just go through and show you some of the stuff we made with these. This set is free with a $50 purchase, and it's the designer series paper for Daffodil Afternoon. This is a card I made with this set, and this one was so easy because the designer series paper is done. All I did, again, was just cut a rectangle and use some of the coordinating colors of cardstock with it, did a sentiment, and that's it. Card done. Super easy, and this paper was free, which is awesome. If you guys remember, at Valentine's Day, I used the Catching Butterflies. This one also is free with a $50 purchase. And here's the card we made from this one. This Driving By set, we also, when we did the Tropical Week, we used that and made this card with the little buses. So that was fun. Also free with a $50 purchase. This one's one of my favorites. And I'm going to be so sad when this is gone because I am in love with this paper. So much fun. So this is free with a $50 purchase. This is the Sunshine and Rainbows Designer Series paper. And if you remember from our card class, we used that to make all these really fun rainbow cards, right? And we even made this little rainbow candy pack to give to somebody. So that was fun. Okay, as we go along, this Simply Marvelous paper is free with a $50 purchase, and we used that to make our Valentine's card. We used it in the background, and that's a really fun paper. The next one is Awesome Otters, and I didn't do any classes with this, but I was playing with this the other day, and it's really fun. So I combined that with the Marvelous paper and made this really fun little birthday card with these cute little otters. So if you like critters on your cards, this is a really cute one. And that one is free with a $50 purchase. Lots of choices here. You get to choose from lots of different things. Now this one is free with a $100 purchase, and this comes with the designer series paper and the stamp set together. And some of the cards I've made with that one are a birthday card, pretty monochromatic. Another birthday card I made with that one. And then this one. And that's all with those designer series paper and the stamp set that I got for free. This set right here, the special moments, I've used those sentiments on several cards. And that one is free with the $100 purchase. And then this one is a free host reward. Now this one is if you were having a party or having a card class. This one I got for free, but I had this, that was for $300. And that's just a beautiful set too. Same kind of stamps. So I made this card with this set, also monochromatic, but I stamped the background and then stamped and layered right here and used the sentiment. So I thought that was a really pretty card to go with that set. So if you were to order from me, I know I have the $35 or more and you could get the make and takes. If you bump your order to $50, you can choose something out of the Celebration catalog for free and get the make and takes. So I just wanted to share that with you since that's ending soon. The next time we're on, I have another set that I'm going to use. And this one, let me get my little catalog out. My mini catalog. This set, it's interesting because it's, when I first looked at it, it's abstract beauty, and I thought, I don't think so. This set is not for me. It's not my thing. I'm not really an abstract person, so I wasn't going to get it. And I thought, I'm never going to be able to make anything with this. So this is kind of the sweet, but I'll tell you what I ended up loving about it is this paper. It's all gold embellished. It's like so pretty. It's just so pretty. So I made some cards with that we can do next time. And again, not very abstract, but lots of gold with this. So I made a little thank you card. We've got a happy birthday card, an anniversary card, and I'll probably do one more card. I had another idea of something that I wanted to do with this one for next time. All right. Well, I think that's it. Last thing, I just have one more thing. Paper Pumpkin, if you like to join Paper Pumpkin or would like to, this month's kit is Beyond the Horizon Paper Pumpkin Kit. And this is the link to order it. And this just went up in price. It was $22. It went up to $23.50 plus tax. It includes shipping. But it's a really fun way to start because you get a lot of different things with it. And let me show you, for example, this one I got, like, I'm going to open this up so you can see what's in a Paper Pumpkin kit. I got home about 5:45 today, and this was in my mailbox, and this is last month's kit. And I'll just show you, since I haven't opened it yet, I was a little busy after work, what comes in a Paper Pumpkin kit. And it comes in a box. Oops, sorry about the camera. You always get a Stampin' Spot. So this one is Rich Razzleberry for this month. And this is the first time I'm seeing this. This is the stamp set. You always get a stamp set with your Paper Pumpkin. You did it. Amazing. Let's celebrate. Oh, look at this leaf. I really like that. A little banner, a cupcake, happy birthday. It's really nice stamp sets always. This is advertising for the next one. And then you're going to get your packet of things in here. And we'll just open this up really quickly so you can get a look at what else is inside here. It usually will come in with some adhesive. Pretty much everything you need is in the kit to go ahead and get started and make a bunch of cards, right? So, for example, here's your dimensionals. You get a sheet of dimensionals. These look like little rocks. So these are your little embellishments for this month. Really cute. And I know this set had to do with animals. So let me just pull it open and we can see the envelopes are decorated with that. So that's going to be fun. You get your card bases all ready. Things to punch out. So look at the cute little animals. We've got monkeys, antelopes maybe, if I know my animals, which I'm not sure. Some different color leaves, lots of stuff to punch out, elephants, vellum shapes, little sentiment stickers, more glue dots. So pretty much everything you need to make some cards. So think about Paper Pumpkin if you're just starting out. It's a good way to get started, start collecting some colors of the stamps, start collecting stamp sets. Really fun, inexpensive way. All right, you guys, we went a little bit long tonight. Sorry about that. Thank you so much for watching. Hope to see you next time. Have a good night and have a good week. Thank you. Bye-bye.